The reason why I'm making this video, um, I found out that I may have children through rape issues and several other things taking place with people stealing my seeds and trying to prevail against me. It's a hard situation to bear because you don't know these children, you have never seen them, you don't know what their life is like, you don't know what's taking place with them. You don't know if they're okay or what's what. All you know is that you felt a child being removed from your womb, and the feeling was very much real. Um, for me, I love all my children. I just hope that the ones that I don't get a chance to impact or have a say in their growth and their decision making and some of the things that's going on with them, that they grow up prosperous and wonderful because they are my offspring, and I do wish them the best. It was not my intentions to ever see any of my children forsaken, even the ones that I did have an opportunity in raising. Um, but somehow things happen, communications get mixed up. Um, the children sometimes grow up under the influence of some of your enemies and not really understanding that you mean them well. Um, However the case may be, um, for any of my children that I won't have a part take in raising, but I know that you were taken from me and that other people was affiliated in your demise. And this was not the first time my family was attacked in this manner, but we have been attacked multiple times in this manner with no recollection or memory of the incidents in which took place because we were somewhat in a daze or somewhat going through. Um, I hope that if you're my child, that you grow up with wisdom and knowledge of the Holy Bible, um, and are is able to implement it appropriately. Um, I pray and hope other people that have went through these incidents know that they are not a slave, but rather they are going through a circumstance of cruelty because others cannot deal with the life in which they have chosen for themselves to bear and refuse to stand up and bear that. I remember back in the days they would talk about when you have people in your background, just lean back and they'll catch you. Now the people in the background is the same ones that's letting you fall on the ground and stabbing you in your back. So don't lean back. Hold up yourself. It's life is changing. Um, Definitely changing for the worse instead of the best. Whether eyes are open or eyes are closed. My perception of these issues that have taken place, I cannot easily disregard or be accepting of it. To know that a life was taken that had no need to be taken, or a child was removed from me that I don't even know its whereabouts or the location of this child without my permission. And knowing that I was not the only person that this happened to, that women and men had their seeds stolen from them without their permission. And to know some of the people that was involved and to have harsh feelings and anger and resentment, but not even knowing the names of those people because certain things that are taking place is a hard pill and a hard thing to bear. But knowing that at some point I will receive some form of justice, hopefully, whether it's in this life or the next to come, I just want to encourage my family, my children, just to stand strong in these troubling times and to do what you have to do for yourself and every extension of yourself, which is your family. Sometimes family ain't even family. So remember that sometimes they are disguised in masses, even down to the child that you bear and stuff like that. And at some point you have to take that breather and walk away and just say I got to do what I got to do for me. Because if you don't, you will end up doing God knows what. And even though it's justifiable, and I can honestly say you're justified in all means of taking action for yourself, because I can assure you those that have the ability to won't, because they are partakers in the things that compromise you and demise you and take you out of your element. My biggest thing about certain things is to tell minds not to be forgiving. Small sins are forgivable. You step on my toe by accident, that's a forgivable sin. But I don't believe that someone would step on your toe, mush their foot down as hard as they can on your foot and have the audacity to ask you for an apology, not knowing that you take no respect to them at all. And if your eyes was open only enough to see them, you would have already killed them and destroyed them completely with no regards and no regrets. I apologize to every one of my children that have been lost in my blindness and my illusions and the things that I have been going through. I apologize for all of my children that have lost their lives because I have been stuck in this state in which I've been placed in. And I pray that things get better. I also pray for the women that are suffering from rape and other different things from people trying to get them into hoism and everything else, and don't understand that you are not going to live that life. That in order to even be considered a hoe, you must willingly submit yourself to that lifestyle. So anything other than that is rape. And that don't make them a pimp. That actually make them rapists. So I'm going to sign off now. I just wanted to just say this because I know that it's a lot of children out there that believe that they don't have parents that love them, and they don't have people out there that love them, and they do. And we don't know how to get to you. We don't know how to find you, but we trying to. We have to first sit up there and find ourselves as well and get ourselves straight, but we coming, baby.